Morning student. Yes, SY BSc Physics semester 4 paper is oscillation waves and sound. Then the last chapter is your sound and Doppler effect. We have to study the applications of Doppler effect. Now we have to study several applications of Doppler effect. It is very important. Now application of Doppler effect. The Doppler effect in light as well as in sound has number of applications. The most favorite and important application is radar. What is by radar? Radar is the radio detecting and ranging system. It's called as radar. It can be used to detect the minor various, detect and monitor various objects. It works on principle of Doppler effect observed from radio waves, which are electromagnetic waves. A beam of radio waves given out from the system get reflected from moving object like aeroplane, automobile, etc., which is in the path of the beam. These two waves will produce beats. This work on principle of Doppler effect. Using frequency difference, the speed of the object and its direction can be observed. Radio waves moves through the air at a constant speed, the speed of light. What is the speed of light? 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So the radar device can calculate how far away the object is. It is based on how long it takes the radio signal to return. Radar speed traps are used in defense. It is also used by police department to calculate the speed of vehicles as shown in figure. These are the figure. The radar shown in this car, police car, then it will reflect or given out the signals in the air, then trap the moving car and count the speed. This is the another diagram of radar, which will be find out the aeroplane or any object in the space. The Doppler effect provided a uh, conven convenient means of tracking a satellite that emitting a radio signal of constant frequency. The frequency of the signal received on the earth changes as the satellite is passing. If received signal rise to beat, then the beat can have a frequency that produces an audible note whose pitch decreases as the satellite passed overhead. We have already discussed what it mean by beats, what it mean by pitch. Okay. Then next application is redshift. We have to study already redshift and blueshift. The second application is redshift. Our universe is composed of cluster of stars and galaxies. If we observe the spectrum of light from a distant star of galaxy, if the star is moving away from the earth, if we take spectrum produced in laboratory, the spectral line corresponding to the star will shift towards the red end of the stationary spectrum. This is called as red shift. We have already seen the light prism light or seven lights. The first one is your violet light and last one is the red light. The wavelength is shifted to violet light. It is called as violet shift, and wavelength is shifted to red light. It is called as red shift. Okay. Thus, when red shift is observed, the star is moving away from the observer situated on the Earth. In 1923, American astronomer Edwin Hubble observed that the waves from distant galaxies were shifted so much to the red end of the light spectrum that they must be moving away from the Milky Way. Milky Way is our galaxy, the galaxy in which Earth is located at a high rate. At the same time, near galaxies experiment, uh, experimented much less of a redshift as these phenomena came to be known, meaning that they were moving away at relatively slower speed. Okay, this is the diagram of redshift. This is the observer. This is blue shift because there are wavelength is shorter. This is the redshift, the observer of redshift. The wavelength is longer. That is called as redshift, and shorter wavelength is called as blue shift. This is the spectrum, visible spectrum. This is the or mm, narrow signals, and this is the longer signal. That's why it is called as red shift. The second one is blue shift. We have already discussed in red shift. Why red shift? The wavelengths are longer, and why blue shift? The wavelengths are shorter. If the star is moving towards the earth, the spectral line of the spectrum of star, which is superimposed on the stationary spectrum produced in the laboratory, shifts towards the blue end of the spectrum. That is called as blue shift. Thus, when star is moving towards the earth, we get blue shift. If we are able to detect the red shift or blue shift, we can measure the speed of the star also. By observing the Doppler shift to red or blue, astronomers can determine the velocity of distant star and galaxies relative to the earth. Then fourth one is speed of distance star. Today astronomers use these words to describe changes in the wavelength of radio waves or X-rays as comfortably as they use them to describe changes in the visible light. The greater the motion towards or away from us, the greater of the Doppler shift. If the relative motion is entirely along the line of sight, the formula for the Doppler shift of light is delta lambda upon lambda is equal to minus v upon c. What is by lambda? Lambda is the wavelength of emitted by the source. Delta lambda is the difference between lambda means uh, uh, incoming wavelength or outgoing wavelength, and the wavelength measured by the observer. C is the velocity of light, and small v is the relative speed of the observer and the source in the light in the line of sight. The variable v is counted as positive if the velocity is one of recession, and negative if it is one of approach. Solving this equation for the velocity, we find v is equal to c into delta lambda upon lambda. We can use the Doppler effect equation to calculate the radial velocity of an object if we know three things. First one is the speed of light, the original unshifted wavelength of the light emitted, and the difference between the wavelength of the emitted light and the wavelength observed. Then fifth one is the rotational speed of a binary star. In this application, now the it is we have to find out the rotational speed of the binary. Binary means two stars. It is now thought that around 50% stars do not exist on their own like the sun, but in fact come in pairs called binary system. Some stars even exist in three star system. Binary stars orbit a common center of mass, with the more massive star orbiting closer to the spectra. From these stars, we are able to deduce information about the star mass and speed. Okay. A binary star system consists of a pair of stars orbiting about their center of mass as shown in figure 3. Now we have to show in next slide. By measuring the Doppler shift of both stars as function of time, you can determine the orbital speed, the radial velocity of each star, and if the observer is located in the orbital plane, The radii, orbital radii can be found for both stars. The orbital radii of Kepler's third law determine the total mass of the system, enabling the determination of each star's mass separately. Now, this is the diagram of binary star. This is one star and this is the another star. These are the center of mass. This is center of mass. The sixth one is width of spectral lines. A spectral line in the spectrum of light from discharge tube containing gas does not appear as a sharp line of certain frequency. It has small but finite width. One of the reason for this observed width is taken as the Doppler effect in light. The excited atoms of gas given out radiations. These atoms are the moving sources of light. These atoms are in random motion, hence apparent frequencies of photon from different atoms which are entering the slit of the spectrometer are different. Consequently, the spectral lines have different width. The half width of the spectral line is W is equal to nu square root of under root of T capital T upon A. What is by nu? Nu is the frequency, T is the temperature, and E is the atomic weight of the gas. A spectral line emitted by an atom or molecule has a finite width, and there are distinct physical processes which contribute to this broadening. The energy levels between which the transition takes place have a natural width which arises from the reaction of the radiation field on matter. This means that atom has a finite time in any level before spontaneous decay take place. Also, the emitting atom may be moving in the line of sight, which produces an apparent changes in the line frequency through the Doppler effect. Finally, broadening of the spectral line is caused by the interaction on the emitting atom with surrounding particles in the plasma. Thus, a detailed analysis of line shape can yield much information on the density, temperature, and motions of the plasma. The limitations of the Doppler effects in sounds are as follows. First one is the velocity of sound. Source of sound must be less than that of the velocity of sound is V S is less than V. Okay. Then second one is the velocity of the observer must be less than the velocity of sound is V0 is less than V. And last one is if the velocity of the sound is greater than that of velocity of sound, if the velocity of sound of source is greater than that of velocity of sound, then due to shock waves, the wave's front gets destroyed. Consequently, the change in frequency will not be observed by the observer. This is the applications of Doppler effect and limitations.